Hello everybody, welcome back to another Weather Central forecast. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Now in today's video we will be going over this ice storm and possibly the snow that can come on top of it throughout this region right here, as well as we will be going over a couple major snowstorms for this weekend and into the beginning of the next work week that could be affecting anywhere north of here. We also could see maybe possibly a ice storm again, but just a little bit more farther south. I won't get too much into detail right now, but let's go ahead and look at our National Weather Service watches and warnings and advisory displays. We do have a good region of wind chill advisories. This is probably, it looks like it just updated. Wind chill advisories, I don't know exactly how cold they're going to get down to, but I expect anywhere below negative 25 for sure. We also do have some wind chill warnings for extreme cold, or I don't know if I said advisories. I meant warnings if I said advisories for this darker area in the extreme north. We do have some winter storm warnings, winter storm watches, and winter weather advisories in parts of the northwest. We also do have some special weather statements off to the extreme west into parts of Nevada and California, as well as we do have a good chunk of winter weather advisories extending from Texas all the way up into parts of southern New Jersey and southern Pennsylvania. You are going to see a good amount of ice in this ice storm warning area. We will go over that, but you're looking at anywhere from a tenth of an inch all the way up to a 3/4 of an inch. But obviously, look at your guys' national. Go ahead and you guys can go to this website and click on your specific area, and you will see for say your timings, their total ice accumulation. They're expecting up to 3/4 of an inch in some areas. So definitely, if you guys want the most up-to-date information, make sure you guys look at your guys' weather stories for your guys' specific areas, or just look at your guys' local weather people, as they will have more up-to-date and accurate information than I will. We might see some snow in parts of these winter weather advisories. I know we're seeing some snow starting to mix in parts of the Ozarks and into parts of Oklahoma around Tulsa area. We are seeing some snow mix in at times, but we are seeing some good sleet as it is. So we're going to go ahead and look at the rapid refresh. This is the latest one, I believe. Yeah, the latest one. It is the 48-hour version. So that is good for us to look at here. So we can see we do have some snow in northern Missouri extending into central Illinois. We do have some ice extending from Texas all the way up and even parts of extreme eastern Kentucky and western Virginia, or western West Virginia, I should say. As we move this on, you can see you'll get a good band of icing all the way down into parts of east of Little Rock. Maybe even Little Rock gets in on some heavy ice at times, and then it kind of just dies down. And then you might see part of an Alberta Clipper move its way with that moisture and give you guys some snow in parts of the northeast, the southern northeast, I should say. It doesn't look to be like an extreme northeastern. So looks like we also do have some lake effect in parts of Wisconsin into parts of Michigan. Maybe a dusting to 2 inches possible up there, depending on if you guys get under that right band of snow. Now, ice, as you guys saw on the National Weather Service thing, anywhere from a tenth of an inch to all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. We'll go ahead and look at the total ice accumulation. That's not what I meant to do. Total ice accumulation from this system. You can see the highest concentration is into parts of eastern, southeastern Arkansas, all the way up into extreme western Tennessee, where you can see up to half an inch is what the rapid refresh is showing. Anywhere from a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch to maybe just over a half an inch of ice possible in central Kentucky, extending all the way out to all of Kentucky. We also might have a trace of ice all the way up into the northeast, but generally we're looking at probably more snow towards the end of it. Here is the snow accumulation for this model. You can see maybe just a dusting over here. You might actually see a little bit more snow, maybe a couple inches, maybe anywhere from 3 to 7. I don't know why I said a dusting to 2 inches. That's my bad, guys. We might see a couple inches of snow into parts of the mid-Atlantic, into parts of the southern Northeast, but just general for the Northeast. Southern part, maybe 3 to 5 inches, but the northern part, practically no snow. Maybe just a trace of snow is possible for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and look at the GFS, and we're also going to take an early look at our secondary system that I was mentioning earlier in the beginning of this video. This will be a system that we will have to do a lot of videos on in the next coming days, because this does look to be a very impactful storm. So it looks like this brings the concentration of ice a little more north, which could bring down some totals down to the south. We do have some sleet in parts of northeastern Arkansas. We do have a resurge of moisture from the Gulf, and that's what's going to allow for the secondary ice band to form. Doesn't look too crazy at the moment. We also might see a little bit of ice even out into northern Louisiana as our second system is cooking over there and is ready to move its way into the United States. Let's go ahead and look at the freezing rain up to hour 84, and then we'll go over our secondary system after we also look at snowfall totals. So you can see it brings also the highest concentration into parts of western Tennessee, even into extreme northwestern Mississippi, seeing some good ice, maybe over a half an inch of ice. Same story here with Kentucky. Looks like you guys, the models are starting to trend a little bit less for you, maybe a tenth of an inch to a half an inch, maybe isolated higher amounts. And then you can just see this is that ice storm that we're talking about on that secondary wave. This is what's going to be moving in with our other systems. You can just watch the ice totals just jump up. Isolated areas of 2 or more inches of ice will be something to keep an eye out on there. Excuse me. So, we're going to go ahead and look at the precipitation type, and we're going to go out to hour 76, because that is where we start to, or hour 75, because that is where we start to see our secondary system. All the way up here, same story as last time. We're seeing a lot of wind into the central western part of the United States with those isobars super close together. So possibly blizzard conditions possible, especially as it moves its way through the Appalachian Mountains. You can see just how much moisture is with this, because we have this system that moves down here, right? And that has a lot of moisture as it is. And then you're getting some moisture from the Gulf to add in, and that's just going to make a ton of snow possible for this area that I just shaded there. Maybe a little actually farther south like this. Actually, more like that. So this will be something to definitely watch out for. You guys can see a major ice storm possibly on our hands throughout much of the southeast. And this will just be super impactful. We might have a secondary wave afterwards of snow into Missouri, just adding on to all that snow. And then we might even have another snowstorm on our hand. And this is all within 200 hours. So this just shows how active our pattern actually is. We might have a nor'eastern out of that one. Might have another nor'eastern out of the first one as well. So we'll just go ahead and look at the Kuchera snow ratio, the total snow accumulation off of that, because it will be so cold that the 10-to-1 ratio will no longer be true. It'll be like a 20-to-1 or maybe even a 30-to-1 snow to liquid ratio. So we'll go ahead and look at the totals that they're putting out. So this is just in the next 240 hours. And now this is almost likely to change, but you can just see how much snow we're talking here. Up to 30 inches in Syracuse, and even into the deep south. We might have that second really far south snowstorm like we had earlier. We'll go ahead. This is our first system that we're monitoring here. Up to a foot in parts of the Ozarks and just south, maybe even isolated areas of 2 feet. This is just an insane snowstorm. We're going to have to monitor this very closely. We'll just look at the 6-hour snow accumulation. Actually, I want to do that in the Kuchera. Actually, we'll do 12-hour. We'll just see how much moisture is actually with this. So you can just see there, up to maybe even a foot possible in parts of Arkansas in just 12 hours. That is over an inch an hour as a conversion of your snowfall rate, an inch an hour possible for 12 hours straight in parts of the south. That is just an insane snowstorm. We're going to have to monitor this very closely. Even so, you guys can see, getting into far south, even into central Louisiana, into parts of most of Mississippi, even into getting into parts of Nashville. This is definitely going to be a system that we are going to want to monitor very, very closely. You guys will have a lot of updates by the end of this, by the time that this system does decide to happen. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe, as this will help my video get out to as many people as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.